Hey guys, this is the first time that we're on air, me and Derek, but welcome to the Deep Drive. We're so excited to have you guys, and this is a beautiful place, a beautiful think tank where we discuss ideas and create solutions to really advance advance the human race, and really just open our minds and be better versions of ourselves. That's what we're here for. That's the entire beauty of life. I'm Seren Xavier, and this is
Derek Morrow.
my best college friend, and we've created this channel to really to really just make the world a better place through excellent ideas and ways, any way that we can improve the world, we can do. And we came up with hundreds of brilliant topics to discuss, hundreds of brilliant topics to discuss, and we're just so thankful that you guys are here with us. So, where are we, Derek?
We're in a graveyard in Flower Mountain.
Don't call it a graveyard. That's a little bit disrespectful. I mean, let's call it a final resting spot. That's a little bit more respectful.
Okay.
So we're at a final resting spot in Flower Mountains right now, across the street from my house, and we came here because I personally am going through some serious challenges right now, and I like to come here to really be thankful for the life that God has given me, our Creator, our ultimate Father or Mother. I believe that this is a great place to be thankful, that we're alive right now.
Yes.
And we're eventually going to be here one day, and that's something to really absorb. I mean, the human race can't really comprehend death. It's the number one fear that we have. But it eventually will happen.
Death can never be comprehended because in order for us to understand it, we would have to die. So we cannot bring that knowledge back to living.
Precisely, Derek. Well said. I'm not sure if they could have heard that because of that 747 up there. It looks like a crane. Anyways, very beautifully said, Derek. Can you say it one more time?
The reason why we can never understand death is because in order to understand what that is, we would have to die.
Exactly.
And when we die, we cannot bring the knowledge back to living.
Precisely. I believe that it's not only the knowledge, but we need to celebrate life, existence. Well, we're always going to exist, the law of spiritual energy and Newton's law of motion.
Yeah, motion.
But anyways, yeah, we're always going to exist, but we're not going to exist in this bodily form always. We're all at one point. We don't really know whenever it's going to happen, but we have to celebrate the time that we're here, right?
Yes, we do.
We really have to live the best life that we can and empower those around us and the ones that we care about, and just empower as many people as possible. That's what our Creator wants us to do,
Exactly. And we never really know how many days we've been given, because we could either die tomorrow or die 100 years from now.
Precisely. It's it's such a concept to comprehend, but we all have to face it, and I believe that, the reason me and Derek are here is to be thankful for life, and to also respect the people here. We're going to be here one day, and it's inevitable, so this is a good place to just be thankful for life, and not take it for granted, not take it for granted. And sometimes we all make that mistake, Admittedly, I've had some pretty bad thoughts personally. I don't know if I should be sharing this with the world, but I personally have, and I have not been recently taking life for granted, but being here right now just forces me to just be thankful for life, It forces you to do that.
It definitely does.
It really does.
I think about that as well because I've also had times in life where I hadn't really been grateful for the life I've had. just taking life for granted.
Yeah. Derek, it's nothing to be ashamed of, because there's a human element in all of us to do that in one way or another. Let me just up the brightness. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. So it's just a human element in all of us to do that in one way or another. But we need to break out of that state of mind where we're not being thankful for life because it's such a blessing, such a blessing that our Creator has gifted us with, and we don't know what's next. That's the thing. I mean, we all create these man-made concepts. We construct concepts to think that we know, but the fact is that our minuscule minds can't even comprehend the entirety of existence, and our Creator, I mean, we all is good to follow morality and follow, just wisdom, but we don't know the entire answer necessarily.
Definitely.
There's no way that our minuscule minds can, because existence is so powerful. The universe is so powerful. Beyond the universe, we're talking about just beyond. That's the word, beyond. How can we comprehend all of that? Put it into a book, that would be ludicrous to think that we can.
Definitely. Because our minds can't even comprehend the future.
Oh no, not at all. We think about our short lives that we live, 80 to 100 years at the most, but in reality, we don't know what's next. It's pretty crazy to think that, but at the same time, we have to be hopeful. We have to be hopeful, We really do.
Definitely.
Because hope is the basis of life. Hope is the fuel that drives us to become better people and to become better versions of ourselves,
Hope is the only way forward.
Precisely, Derek. Well said. High five. But, yeah, it's good to, respect the fact that we're all going to be here one day. No matter who you are, no matter how black you are, white you are, gay you are, straight you are, male, female, non-binary, whoever, rich, poor, whatever country you live in, all of those constructs, we're all going to be here one day. The time that we have on Earth is the time that we have to make a difference and to empower others, and to enjoy our experience, Sorry, I had to talk a little bit louder because of that.
I understand.
Yeah, but I do like living next to the airport. It's a little bit loud sometimes. It is nice, but yeah, being thankful for life is what our Creator wants us to do.
Definitely.
And I think that respecting creation in life is very important. So, Jack, the point of deep dive, this is our first episode actually, is to really come up with excellent ideas to create a better society that we all live in. We're all in this fish tank here. Might as well make it as clean and as livable as possible, and as good as possible for everyone.
That's all we can do.
Exactly.
We can never change each other, but we can change ourselves.
Exactly. And there's no point in, being greedy and dirtying the water, that we all have to breathe. Fish tank, that's the concept I was going for. But yeah, that's the entire base of our channel, and this is not necessarily a channel, it's a think tank, It's a place where we could all just come up with ideas to problems that we have in the world, And I think that's what our Creator wants us to do, is to make the most of what we have and not take it for granted. And not, belittle each other based on our differences, Based on our, especially economically, racially, sexually, and anyway, I think that it's very important to know that we're all our Creator's children. You know,
Pretty much all human.
precisely. We're all human here, and we all have to respect. I mean, we really do have to respect the fact that we're blessed with life.
Yes.
We're blessed with existence. We're blessed with life. I mean, just because you die doesn't mean that you're out of existence. I mean, your spiritual energy lasts forever. But, I mean, in this form, in this bodily form that we're in, we have to make the most out of it, don't we, Derek?
Definitely.
That's important. That's
And
one, bro.
for perspective on how rare life is,
Yeah. Oh, yes, this is great. This is great.
what happens
Explain. Elaborate.
in order for even the most basic life to come to light, you have to have 3 very basic proteins I cannot remember the names of, but the odds of them forming are like a tornado going through a junkyard and having a fully functional Boeing 747 assembled. And you have to do it 3 entire times for basic life to function.
Why? Oh my lord, that's incredible. I mean, seriously, the odds of us existing, think about how many sperm are swimming towards your mother's egg.
I think the sperm counts around 50 million to 75 million.
It's incredible.
And only 1 egg.
That's like 1/4 of America. Think about 1/4 of America's population, and think about only one of them can actually be a person.
Wow.
That's
Blew my mind.
That's actually kind of like our entire slogan. I mean, we need to really feel lucky to be here, you know? Seriously, think about 1/4 of America and only one person can exist.
Wow.
That's the chance that you're here. That's the chances of you being here right now and watching this video. That's pretty incredible.
And there's roughly 400 trillion different DNA combinations that can make a human, and you're
What?
one of them.
Just one?
Yes.
Wait.
There's 400 trillion different combinations of DNA that can make a human.
That's 500 times the world's population.
Yes. And only,
What?
Yeah, and you're one of them.
Oh my. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Oh my. Wow. That's incredible. I mean, think about this. Think about everyone in the world. I mean, and multiply that by 500. That's the amount of DNA sequences that there are in what exactly? I mean, in existence or just in...
That are possible human DNA sequences that can make human.
Wow, so technically there could be... How many? You said 4 trillion to be exact.
400 trillion.
Wait, 400 trillion?
Yes.
Okay, so multiply what I said by 100.
Yeah.
So 500 times the world's population, multiply that by 100. We're talking about 50,000 times the world's population.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And there's many more DNA combinations, but not everyone can make a human.
Wow. Out of how many of those do you think can make a human? I mean,
I have no idea.
We don't, but very few.
Very few.
Think about the amount of bacteria that are out there. Think about the amount of insects. Think about the amount of microbes and everything. I mean, humans probably make up, I would say, 1/billionth of the population in terms of, especially whenever you compare it to bacteria, microbes, insects. It's incomprehensible.
I cannot even comprehend it myself.
So think about this. There's 8 billion of us, right? And essentially, it's 8 billion of us, and it is 1/1,000,000,000th of a chance. Probably a lot smaller than that, actually. I don't think anyone knows. But let's just say 1/1,000,000,000th of a chance of us being humans. And multiply that billion by the amount of sperm that there are. You know, you said 1/4 of America's population, about 70 million, right?
Yes.
So 70 million, multiply that by a billion. That's the chance that you'd be alive.
Whoa.
How is that possible?
Does not seem possible without a creator.
Oh,
which is why I
definitely
believe in
not.
a creator.
I do too. There has to be one. You know, I mean, no respect if you guys don't. You know, if any of you guys don't, but believe that there definitely the only way that there could possibly be us living right here, right now, is with those minuscule chances. I mean, we're talking microscopic chances. You know, there has to be some creator that has brought us here to this earth.
And on the largest scale, the Big Bang
Yeah.
coming into creation and forming everything we know, the odds of that happening are similar to all the grains of sand on the ocean and you being blindfolded and have to pick up one of those grains of sand.
Oh my!
That are chosen.
Every single grain of sand in the ocean.
Yes, and you have to pick an exact one.
Can you also include the Sahara deserts and
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And think about how deep the Earth's crust is with all that sand. I mean, we're talking about like hundreds of miles below the surface. That's how many
Whoa.
sand. That's how many grains of sand that there are, and multiply that by the entire surface area of the ocean. That's incredible. So the fact that we exist right now is uncomprehendibly tiny, minuscule, microscopic, actually, and we take the mistake of taking that for granted.
Definitely.
I definitely do. I need to stop it.
And
Stop
throughout
it.
human history, there's around 108 billion people that have ever lived.
Wait, billion with a B?
Yes, with the B. 108 billion in the 200,000 year history.
I thought, wait, what, including Neanderthals and the other, subspecies?
Homo sapiens.
Yes. Okay, so you're talking about Homo sapiens here.
Yes.
Right.
In the entire 200,000 year span, 108 billion people, and there's almost 8 billion alive today. And the 108 billion is counting living and dead. So,
it's incredible.
In our time today, we're lucky to be able to experience being able to know a good chunk of the human population has ever lived.
That's incredible, Derek. Wow. That really is. I mean, seriously. Wow. I mean, we all just really need to be thankful to be alive, I mean, honestly, if Killboy can't do that, I don't know what will. And also this podcast, if this episode can't make you thankful to be alive right now watching this video, I don't think anything can. Oh, what else can? We're talking about 1/1,000,000th of a chance of you being alive. Probably a lot smaller than that. I mean, seriously, that's pretty incredible,
And also, a long time ago, only 25% of people made it past the age of 5.
What?
And for people to be able to live past 5 in today's era, a good chunk of them living past 5, to where 99% of the population survives childhood, that's absolutely incredible.
That's pretty epic, Derek. Derek, let's come back to the podcast. We have to end it here because I don't want to run out of battery or memory.
Yes.
And I don't want it to be erased. So let's we'll be back in a few minutes, but stay tuned and we'll keep on talking about and discussing and really collaborating on the idea of life and how it's such a blessing and how it's such a small chance that we're even here, microscopic in fact. So we'll be right back, but thank you for watching the first segment of The Daily Drive. Peace, love life. Live the life that you guys love. And be thankful to be alive right now. Peace.
Peace.